Hi guys, this is Surbi and I have done an amazing chit chat video with Roshan from Roshan Escapes. So let's just watch and let me know in the comments if you like it or not. So please, Roshan, introduce yourself to my audience. Very less audience, but yes, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, first of all, Sylvie, thank you so much for inviting me. I remember we had a great time talking about books last time. So, talking about myself, my name is Roshan and I am from Bihar. I recently graduated with English honors and currently I teach English on the internet. And I have a YouTube channel called Roshan Escapes where I talk about English learning and rarely about books. So, this is
Yes.
pretty much about me.
So why have you kept your channel's name as Roshan Escapes? I know because of your name, but why Escapes?
Actually, you know what? There is nothing really meaningful, but I'm a kind of person who likes to escape through stories. The reason I read books or watch movies, it is just to, like, it sounds kind of cringe to say, but I'm more into those world instead of real life. I hope it makes sense. But yeah, I have friends. I do go out with them. But the thing is that this is something I really enjoy consuming media or especially fiction stories. So whenever you are reading fiction, you're not into, you don't think about your real life stuff much. So that's
Yes.
how I got the name Roshan Escapes because earlier I just talked about books and what I used to read was mostly fiction. So that's how the name was inspired, Roshan Escapes.
That's actually very interesting. I wanted to ask you from a very long time, so that's why I asked you. And first of all, I want to congratulate you because your channel got monetized. How does it
Yeah,
feel?
thank you. Yeah, I was really happy. I never thought that you could make money from YouTube. It doesn't pay you well, but even having a thing on social media which is monetized, it made me really happy. I saw that potential that, if you keep on pumping content and if people enjoy it, you can make money out of it. So I was really happy. Now I'm putting more effort. So hopefully I can get more revenue. And yeah, that motivates you. If you are getting paid for something which you did for just passion and in your free time. So that is something which really made me happy. So yeah. It was really cool to when I told my mother that I can earn money from YouTube. She was also happy. She doesn't know anything about tech and all, so it
Yeah.
was new for her.
Our mothers are quite innocent. So, like, these are the innocent generation of mothers. So, I can understand. So, also, I wanted to ask you, recently you talked about MTI, like mother tongue influence. So, as you are from Bihar, you might have faced a lot of trolling, or people have mocked you, might have mocked you because of your MTI. Uh, I've seen people getting trolled for their MTIs, which is quite natural because they speak their language. That's why they have that particular tone to their when they speak other languages, Hindi or English or any other language. So how have you ever faced it, or like, how is the situation there?
Not recently, but earlier when I was in class 10, there was an incident which made me feel really bad about myself. Because I was really young and I was traveling. This is a long story, but I'll keep it short. I was traveling with my friend. His name is Farhan. We were going to Delhi for our exams, and we chose Delhi just to travel. Our intention was not to pass the exam. We just wanted to hang out. So our train got late, and we had to stay in Kanpur for 8 hours. And then there we decided to watch a movie. So let's kill time. So I don't remember what exactly I said to the guy who was in front of, that mall or that entry place. And he asked us directly, I was from Bihar. So it was me who was asking the question, and you won't feel how bad it made me feel. Like I just wanted to jump from that floor. My friend was laughing that it was like, but he was enjoying it. But you know what? It was really bad experience for me. So maybe from then on, I was really conscious how I spoke, not just English, Hindi also. Like we speak Bhojpuri all the time. There is nobody in my house or in my friend circle. Like we are so comfortable in Bhojpuri that we rarely use Hindi. And who talks about English? So then I decided, when I was in class 11th and 12th, lockdown happened. I decided I will consume a lot of English content. It was not intentional, but maybe deep down, I knew that if I keep consuming English content, maybe my MTI will, go away. But it is there. but I think it is better than what it was. Like there is less influence. So yeah, it was a really bad experience the first time. But on the internet, you cannot control everyone. Not even in real life, but there are a lot of trolling on the internet. Luckily, I don't get much. Once in a while, I get a rare comment, but I don't let it influence me.
Yeah, because that is quite natural. And I have always said to my friends also who has MTI, because a lot of friends from like my friends are from Odisha and they have a natural Odia tone. So they tend to like when they speak, in fact, Hindi also, their Hindi is not so good. In when they speak Hindi also, they have that tone. So that's quite fine. And that's how people are. Like all of them are different and we need to respect language. And talking about languages, like there is an ongoing controversy on languages. Like, should we impose Hindi as our national language? And South Indian peoples are like not tolerating Hindi as a language. And recently, I've heard the news also that Punjabis are not letting the people speak Kannada in Punjab. So, how do you see it? Like I just wanted to know, the do you think language should be a barrier for communication, and how do you see this controversy?
I think people need to chill out. This is mostly political thing going on. Even I watched a very recent video which went viral. I think it was from Pune. Some guy was trying to speak in Hindi and that it was in a mall, I guess. So I think people need to chill out. The one who are educated, they don't care which language we speak. Earlier, some 10 years ago, maybe there was a thing about English that, when you spoke this language, people considered you elite, right? But things are changing now. It is just a language. So people need to chill out. And as I said, it is more of a political thing, right? People who have a lot of time, they just care about these things. You know, who are chill, they don't care whether you speak English, Hindi. It is just a way to communicate, right?
Well, exactly. We can communicate just by like sign language, or just by our emotions as well. So just by like a language, I think emotions, like we can feel, even if you have a pet, you can feel their emotion, you can feel their language. So why like stick to one language? We have so many beautiful languages in India. Why should we like whether you impose English or Hindi? I think every language is beautiful. Like coming to that, I have heard many people say, "Hey, talk in Bihari." So Bihari is not a language. We have four different languages in Bihar. So talk about that. When someone says Bihari, like talk something in Bihari, I think like they should change first. Know what language we speak. You cannot say Chinese people that speak Chinese. No, they can't. Mandarin is the official language which they speak. So why do people say talk in Bihari? Bihari is not a language. So how do you react? Have you ever have someone told you speak Bihari or anything about?
Actually, I don't travel much, but the thing is that, yeah, I understand where this is coming from. And there are a lot of stereotypes about us. So what I said earlier, that the guy made fun of me because of the way I said that thing. I don't remember exactly what sentence I said, but it was in English. He said me, "Are you from Bihar?" So his tone was like, the stereotype that people have about us, that we cannot speak any other languages, or we just have to stick with Bhojpuri, right? It is not called Bihari language, but Bhojpuri, and there are so many other languages or dialects, right?
Even in Jharkhand, people say Jharkhandi, like talk in Jharkhandi. There is no such thing as Jharkhandi language. There are Santhali and Kotha and other languages in Jharkhand as well. So I think people need to be more aware on that. And yeah, that is my take basically on languages. So
Yeah,
you
people are
have
emotional about their native languages. That's why maybe this thing is happening in our country. Like they want to have their local language, the official one. So maybe that's the thing.
that can't happen because we have so many states and everyone cannot learn every other language. Yes, we need a common language that needs to be there, but um, I think people should be more respectful respectful towards other people's emotion and languages as well. So they should not like traumatize other people or because of the languages and because of how they speak. So that is one of the important thing I think. And I wanted to ask you, recently you started teaching English on YouTube. So how how you thought of that idea and how it is going?
Actually, you know what, Surbhi, I was never a good student, and to become a teacher, it was never in my radar. So during lockdown, I realized that I didn't realize during lockdown, but after COVID, I couldn't clear any entrance exams for other colleges, right? I couldn't go in private colleges. So in my first year of college, I had to teach some private classes so that I can pay my bills. So that's how it started. So I worked in a school for a couple of years. The pay was not good, but I enjoyed the work. I never thought that, working with young students or people who were around my age, I really had a great time because I was teaching them English and I had to interact with them a lot. So I really liked that idea and I kept on working. I kept working on myself and I thought maybe it is time to switch online because I see a lot of comments on my YouTube videos that they wanted me to teach. So I thought let's continue. And after I put my contact details there, people started approaching me. So I was able to earn a good amount of money in comparison to my day job. So I thought it's a good idea. So that's how the idea came. And because I have worked on a single thing for last 2 years, I feel comfortable. And this is something I want to explore, content creation and teaching English. So this is what I'm learning at the moment.
When you told your parents that yes, I am going to do YouTube,
Mm.
how they reacted, like, and how your friends and relatives and other people around you reacted, because they are
Well,
the ones they like they are more concerned about your career.
yeah, yeah. It's very funny thing. Where I come from, it's a very small town. It's a village. So if you can speak a few lines, that is considered a big thing. So my relatives are more than happy to see me speaking English on the internet. They are not so they are not concerned about it, but I am concerned that whether I will be getting enough clients in the future or not. But I'll talk about it later. But my parents were, they are very chill. They are not educated, so they cannot support me. Like they cannot suggest me what I should be doing. So when my father heard that I was doing it on the internet instead of real life, I gave him, my earnings. So he was more than happy that, I'm making good enough money here. So he thought, keep on doing, but keep on learning also. You don't have to completely shift on the internet. But I understand his concerns. But the thing is that now we have so much scope on the internet. If you are putting good amount of content and continuously, you will see the results, right? And my mom says she's more than happy. If I'm staying home and giving her money, she's more than happy. She doesn't complain.
She will feed you and she's happy you are home healthy and you are doing your job, you are earning some money. So she'll be more than happy for you. And
Mm.
YouTube has given many people flexibility. So it
Yeah.
is a great platform.
Yeah, it is.
So
But the thing is that when you are working, you are like there's nobody to tell you what to do. It becomes sometimes challenging. I thought that I'll be able to pump a lot of content when I was working in the school, but now because of my classes and a lot, and Ramadan is going on, so my routine is completely messed up. My sleep cycle is messed up, so I'm not able to create the kind of things I wanted to. But I should not be complaining. Things are going smoothly at the moment. Let's see how long can I continue it. So I'm hopeful. The thing which we are doing right now, it is more candid. You can try this one. You can approach different people, and it is easier to keep on uploading videos like this. But approaching people is a different is another challenging thing. You don't know whether you will be able to get their response on time. But what I have realized that if you talk to camera for at least 1 year, you will come up with ideas more quickly. You know, I also struggle. Like I write down some bullet points and then I start rambling here. Sometimes it clicks, sometimes I have to edit a lot. So I think you can also get inspiration from like-minded creators. So try that.
yes, I try to. Like most of the booktube people read romance, and for me, that is not a genre that I enjoy. I cringe when I read romance book. So recently, I tried. Like 2 days ago, I was trying to read, and last few pages I just skipped because it was getting on my nerves, like how people can read romance. They are so, like, there are people. I am just one of the non-romantic person. That's why I don't like romance novel. I am more into thriller genres and horror. So I enjoy that. So people on the internet wants to talk more about a romance genre or dark romance or something like that, but that is out of my like comfort zone. I tried, but I failed miserably. So I don't want to try it. For now, I want to stick to thrillers only. Like, I don't know, that gives me a kind of happiness that romance or any other genres can never give me that. So yeah. So
I
what is
understand.
your what is your favorite genre? Sorry, John.
Yeah.
The pronunciation of genre is genre, right?
Oh, and you don't have to think a lot. No one is going to watch our full video.
That's the right thing. And by the end, they just skip it.
Talking about my favorite genres, I enjoy reading fantasy and classics. So, for example, if I don't feel like reading, I continue reading fantasy books, and if I have to put attention, then I read classics, some difficult ones. And at the moment, I'm reading this book called A Stormlight Archive. So it's a book series. There are total 5 books at the moment, and they are so thick, 1300 pages, 1400 pages. But it is so good. I mean, I can't stop reading it. For the past 4 months, I haven't read anything but that book series. And yeah, it's so good.
Truly, like that book is like cover up all your reading slump.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't go through that reading slumps actually. You know what? I'm always reading something. Sometimes I'm reading comics, sometimes I'm reading some drama or light novel. So I never go through that reading slumps. For the last 3 or 4 years, I have always read something.
I like for me, it's like I can read what I have done. I read 30-40% of a book, and then
Mm.
I if I don't feel like reading it or my mood swings, then I change to another book. Then I'll read 30-40% of that. For me, like words needs to be like flow when I read something. So if
Yeah.
the word is not flowing, I feel like I'm not connecting to the author or his idea or her idea of writing. So I need to
Mm.
skip, or sometimes if uh, it has a sad ending, like I just saw The Boy in Striped Pajamas. Like I was reading it, I was into 50% of that book, and then I saw a YouTube short of the ending of that book. So like it broke my heart, and then after that I couldn't just read because I know what's going to happen, and it's
Mm.
so devastating. The end is really disturbing, so I couldn't pick up that book. So that happens with me. And you are talking about series. If I pick up any series, I just read the first book. After that, I never read any other book in the series. So that is one of the biggest challenge or like toxic trait I have while reading books. So
No, no, no. I really loved the first part. You won't believe how quickly I was reading it. Like Brandon Sanderson, it was the first series I'm reading from him. And you know the thing about fantasy is that I love the world building, especially the first part. You know, there is just so much new ideas, new characters, and I'm more of a character guy. I even if the story is made, if the characters are good, the story is going to be fun anyway, right? So
yep.
there is this character Kaladin, whom I loved from the first part, and because of him, I kept on reading, and the book is so well written, and the world building, it's just there's so much possibility. And you know what, there are 5 more books that are not yet released, and it is planned for the next 10 or 10 years or something. So I'm going to be waiting. After I'm done with this, I'm currently reading the fourth part. I'm in the middle of the book, and they are so good. I highly recommend it, but it will take a lot of time. So if you are ready for that, you should try.
I can read like if I don't know, like after reading the first book, I don't feel like reading the second part. Though I know that like the good girl, the guide to the murder, like Good Girl's Guide to the Murder, sorry, that series is very good, except for the second part is not that great, but it is also great. And the last part is amazing, and it has a prequel also. So
Okay.
I so want to read it, but my like I just can't read it. Like that is my toxic trait. That's why I cannot like while reading. I know because when you read a thriller book, you know the plot. If you know the first plot, you're going to know what this character is capable of and what they can do. And when you read the synopsis, you get the idea of the story. That's why in my mind, I know the story. I don't want to read it. That is the only thing. So
Mm. It's like it becomes predictable for you, right?
yes, yes. And most of the time, I try not to read the synopsis. And recently, I read a book synopsis, which is quite amazing. 100 Days of Sunlight. It is such a uplifting, like very amazing book about this. Like, if I can tell you the story, it is a story about a girl who is blogger and a writer, like who sees the world with different sunlight, sunshine, and um, she met with this accident and she lost her eyesight. She went blind and her world like goes upside down, and now she is angry on everything she can't see. And she, whenever the sunlight falls on her, she is so irritated that she can feel it but she cannot see it. It is such a beautiful story. I highly recommend to read, like if you can read it. I
Yeah.
surely want you to.
I'll take it out.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful story. I like story like that, like Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It is such an uplifting, like if you have read it, it is a Japanese fiction. And if you have time, it is quite short book, like I guess under 200 only, and it is such a mesmerizing story. It has like it is about a cafe which you can visit, and like you can time travel there, but you cannot change either the past or the future. You get to meet the person who has only come into that cafe, or else you cannot communicate with them. So one last time you can say whatever to that person, that will change nothing, but you have a closure. That is something like, if I can time travel, if I cannot change anything, but if I have a closure of with some person, that will be amazing. And this book has truly captured that essence. Like they have four different story of same cafe, and it is all interconnected. So I just love these kind of books that is like pure heartwarming, and you can feel the emotions. So I like to read those kind of books.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, Japanese fiction, like they are really something. I have only read Murakami, but a lot of manga, so I'm familiar with what kind of stories Japanese author write. Have you read any of the manga? Any of like maybe One Piece?
No, I have not.
No, no. Yeah, they are fun to read and easier to read.
What kind of movies you are watching currently?
My list is very big. Like recently, I went to watch Mickey 17. So it was we had a great time. I went out with my friend and we had a great time. Mickey 17. But now I'm trying to watch this series, The Last of Us. I watched 2 episodes last week. So only on weekends I'm able to watch anything. So if I'm watching a series, I'm not able to watch movies. But yeah, I love all kinds of movies. I don't have any, a set of genres that I enjoy. I keep on. But this is what I enjoy. If I love one film, I try to watch more movies from the same filmmaker. So this is how I chose my films.
That's something amazing. I'm like amazing, and I have few like I watch Amazon Prime, and whatever comes up in that, like I first saw Chemical Hearts, which is kind of amazing story, and then I watched Broken Heart Gallery. That is something fun, quirky, and is like for all the broken people who cannot move on. There is like is not something that will you can relate, but it is amazing. And then there is a movie called A Map of Tiny Perfect Things. These kind of movie I really enjoy. And all the best for your YouTube journey, and I wish you all the very best. Like you are doing a great thing for all those people who want to learn English, because I was one of them when I was like I had a terrible stage fright. So I think you are doing a great job, and thank you for joining this session.
Thank you so much, Surbi. Thank you for having me here. It was lovely chatting with you, and hopefully we can do it one more time. Maybe for my channel, maybe in future.
Whenever I feel like, I'm always available. So whenever you feel like, yeah.
Sure. Thank
Well,
you. Bye.
you. Bye. So that was it for the video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit that like button, share this with your friends and family. And if you want some videos like these chit chat videos, then do let me know in the comments. Until then, happy reading. Bye bye.